It's a new year with fresh opportunities and scams? Wait, no, scams are so 2020.
There's always con artists out there.
Fraud lawyer David Fleck says increased scam activity isn't about the calendar, it's about the pandemic.
Somebody once said, never let a good crisis go to waste, and con artists think the same way.
We're alerting you to the top cons coming in 2021, starting with unemployment scams. Con artists ramped up this scam in response to enhanced unemployment benefits.
People could make $1,000 a week during the height of it, so there was an incentive for more con artists to jump into that game and take advantage of it.
In California alone,
$400 million in unemployment claims were paid out to people who are in prison.
the mechanics of the scam are simple. Just lie on the government forms.
By the time some kind of verification is made with the company, some checks have already been collected, and if you file enough of these, the amount of money can be substantial.
Next, look out for vaccination scams.
Fake vaccinations and ongoing fake antibody testing. It take all sorts of forms. It's going to involve some sort of advertising to bring the person in and persuade them to pay a fee.
Scammers would target uninsured populations that would have to pay out of pocket, then offer them a discount if they pay for the treatment in advance.
The idea is to get people to pay ahead of time, have them show up at a location, and then there's no vaccine for them there.
This next one's a perennial, charity scams.
You might get a phone call from somebody claiming to be from some major charity and soliciting money from you, and then they tell you how to wire in the money. Well, it's not going to that charity.
The bad people take advantage of your kindness.
It really pulls on our heartstrings, and it is dialing for dollars. You know, maybe they'll strike out with 9 people, but that 10th person will write a check, and they keep dialing, and they make their money that way.
Finally, this one was new for me. Beware of home title theft.
Home title theft is the filing of a forged deed. And from a con artist's point of view, it's a very easy scam to perpetrate.
Because if you have a computer and an internet connection, creating real-looking documents isn't hard.
Once that deed is forged, now they have control of the property, and they can take out a mortgage against the property, or they could sell it to unsuspecting third-party buyers.
That's right, you could unsuspectingly buy a house from someone who doesn't really own it.
Fortunately, in this country, we transfer that risk to the title insurance company.
But the real impact is on the homeowners, usually elderly people who often own their homes outright and have caregivers who can keep them from getting mail that would normally raise a red flag.
I just can't tell you how tragic this is, even if they eventually get their home back. The amount of stress they undergo during the whole process, and it can drag out for years. It's not a quick process to remove a forged deed from the title chain of your house.
And this scam seems to be on the uptick.
I've talked to some insiders in the title insurance industry, and I've calculated a very rough estimate that about 1,500 cases of home title theft are reported every year. I suspect maybe 2 or 3 times that number go unreported or undiscovered.
Keeping an eye out for 2021's top scams is at the top of the list.